You want to know why your insurance underwriter looks at your unsafe driving score like it personally wronged them? Well, I'll tell you why. Because that score isn't measuring what has already happened. It's measuring patterns. A maintenance violation, that can be a loose bolt. You tighten it on and you move on. But unsafe driving, that's a guy behind the wheel of 40 tons of steel making bad or careless decisions on purpose, repeatedly. Okay? One of those problems you can fix with a wrench. The other one means you need to fix potentially 30 years of bad habits. Now here's the thing carriers get wrong. You see a violation, following too close or speeding, and you think, that's annoying or it's minor or whatever, okay? The underwriter sees the exact same violation and reads it as a data point. They don't see it as annoying, they see it as a behavior or a habit. And now that's not me being dramatic, okay? Insurance companies will pull your SMS data straight from the FMCSA website. And some insurance companies have hard cutoffs, cross a certain unsafe driving threshold and they won't even quote you. Doesn't matter how good the rest of your operation looks. So what's actually in this category? Well, speeding, following too closely, lane violations, handheld device violations. You notice something? Okay, none of that is paperwork. None of it is, you forgot a sticker or something. This is all behavior. This is what your driver actually does when nobody's standing next to the truck. That's why the FMCSA treats it differently than almost every other category. Unsafe driving and hours of service. Those two get flagged at a lower threshold than stuff like vehicle maintenance, okay? Regulators built it that way on purpose because when this category goes wrong, people get hurt. And insurance knows that. So when your unsafe driving scores are elevated, they're not thinking, it's just a few tickets. Okay, they're thinking about the lawsuit. And I mean that literally, okay? Trucking verdicts have hit 8 and even 9 figures in the last couple years. And the pattern lawyers love to point at is exactly this: a driver with repeated unsafe driving events and zero documented coaching in between. Now here's the part that really gets people. You can have a spotless maintenance score. You can have clean driver fitness and hours of service program. It doesn't matter. If unsafe driving is high, none of those will buy you goodwill. These categories don't average out into one, forgiving grade. Each one of them stands alone. And this is the one with the least patience for excuses. So no, a good overall record does not cancel this out. And if you've been telling yourself it will, that's the first thing that needs to be changed. Okay, look, one violation is a moment. A pattern is a management problem. And that's really the whole underwriting question in one sentence. If your driver does something dangerous, is anybody at your company going to catch it before it turns into a claim?